All right, ladies and gentlemen, MrSotko here. Welcome back to the channel. Got a whole bunch of good crypto news, and the first thing I want to talk about is that YouTuber trades Tesla Roadster for the dumbest NFT I have ever seen, period. Call me a boomer, but wait until you see it, please. So, Dan Markham, the creator of the 7 million subscriber What's Inside YouTube channel, has traded his Tesla Roadster for a single non-fungible token. Fair enough, but you gotta see this token first. I promise you, it's a real good one. It's almost as good as What Did Craig Wright Do Now? So in a September 15th video, on his What's Inside family channel, Markham exchanged a blue Tesla Roadster, which he estimated could be worth $250,000 pretty soon. I don't think they actually make those anymore. Didn't those go to like 0 to 60 in like 2 seconds or something like that? They're insane. For a non-fungible token of a positive porcupine. The NFT was a creation of the VeeFriends project and owned by Eli Burton, the artist behind the Adventures of Starman graphic novel. Fair enough. So the tweet here, I am incredibly grateful to Gary V and the VeeFriends community. I traded my VeeFriends NFT Epic Positive Porcupine for my dream car, the original Starman Tesla Roadster. So basically he's just thanking the people that gave him a JPEG that allowed him to get a car for basically free. Yeah, I know the NFT has value, but you traded a JPEG and you got a Tesla Roadster. I would take that deal any day. So it says, looking back on this 1 year, 2 year, 3 years from now, it could be a monumentally dumb decision. You think? I mean, hey, you know what? It could be not. I'm going to let that one go for a second. But said Markham, I think these cars have a lot of value for a long time. And I do believe in NFTs. So, Burton said he had originally been planning to sell the digital art for more than $100,000, a JPEG. Let's see this positive porcupines NFT. This is it. Literally. No, this is actually it. You might be like, MrSotko, no, this isn't it. This is it. See, it's owned by What's Inside. The current offer is $58,000, so basically nowhere near his $250,000 Roadster, and it is a picture of a porcupine drawn poorly. I mean, I could draw that. Should I just draw these and sell them for $100,000? I don't understand. I'm such a boomer. Oh man, this is real. So that was this gets you a Tesla Roadster. Fair enough. Moving on to some different news. Shiba Inu is now available on Coinbase. So starting today, Shiba Inu is available on Coinbase in the Coinbase Android app and iOS apps. Coinbase customers can now trade, send, receive, or store Shiba in most Coinbase supported regions. So, in case you don't remember, Shiba Inu is the ripoff of Dogecoin, one of thousands of ripoffs of Dogecoin that popped up during the Doge explosion, maybe shortly before, but either way, it's a big ripoff of Dogecoin. And this is the coin from the developers who minted 1 trillion of them. Or excuse me, 1 quadrillion of them. So I'm off by a nice little factor of 10 there. And 50% of the supply went to liquidity on Uniswap, I believe. And the other 50%, for some reason, was gifted to Vitalik Buterin, the already billionaire guy. After it started pumping and people were getting in on Shiba Inu, Vitalik Buterin thought it was a real great idea, just a real hardy idea, to take all of his Shiba Inu and give them to an Indian charity who is almost certainly going to immediately sell them, and they did, and tanked the price of Shiba as everybody was buying it. So he absolutely just wrecked anybody who put money into Shiba, even remotely late, I suppose that is, which happens. But so basically he went door to door And when you opened up your door, he said, hey, I'm going to give some money to India for charity. And you say, I'm sorry, I don't have any money for charity today. And he just takes your wallet and then leaves. That's basically what happened. So if you had put money into Shiba and then he just basically took half of the entire supply and then sold it, which I suppose you could say, hey, consumer, you shouldn't have bought Shiba because half of it belonged to Vitalik Buterin. And then on the other end, you could be like, hey, Vitalik Buterin, that probably wasn't cool. You basically donated everybody else's money. You didn't really work for this. You didn't work to pump it. You didn't put money in it to pump it. You just took everybody's money and then gave it to charity. So Shiba Inu, one of the most disastrous meme coins I have ever seen in the crypto world. Now, for some reason, on Coinbase, in case you guys are interested, which it's pumping because of it, but it's a meme coin. Moving on, protesters burn Bitcoin ATM as part of demonstration against El Salvador president. Can I fix this title real quick? Can we replace protesters with either paid protesters or, you know what, screw it. Screw it. Let's just retitle this: Illuminati burns Bitcoin ATM as part of demonstration against El Salvador president. Let's put it that way. Let's read into it, and then I'll describe what I'm talking about in just a minute here. Bitcoin detractors and those protesting the policies of El Salvador President Nayib Bukele, I don't know if I'm saying it right, but who cares, have destroyed a crypto kiosk in the nation's capital city. Uh-oh. So some rioters that are not happy with the president's policies. News outlet Teleprensa and other posted videos on social media showing a Chivo-supported kiosk in San Salvador burning amid a crowd of journalists and protesters on Wednesday. The Bitcoin machine, one of many arranged by the El Salvador government since its acceptance of the cryptocurrency as legal tender, could be seen defaced with anti-BTC logos and a sign saying democracy is not for sale. That doesn't make any sense. You guys realize that buying Bitcoin is democracy. I mean, that is democracy because that's your choice. It's based on mathematics. It's based on basically democracy. I mean, it's literally what Bitcoin is, and you guys burned it. So it's starting to look a little shady. Did this Bitcoin machine was it just like a victim of a riot and it just happened to be there and people started beating on it and destroying it? But democracy is not for sale. That really doesn't make much sense. So there's a Reddit post about this, and this is my favorite post here. It says, I have family there. The truth is that the president has an almost 86% approval rating, and protests like these happen in the country all the time, but they're usually funded by opposition party. Hey, that kind of sounds like Antifa. That kind of sounds like the Illuminati. For example, the minimum wage is like $5 a day, so they pay these people to stage protests. He says, I legit wouldn't be surprised that if there are pro-fiat are behind this, if people that are pro-fiat are behind this and funneling money into country to stage fake protests. Boom! It sounds like you nailed it. The very first country to accept Bitcoin as a de facto currency along with the US dollar that they use in El Salvador. And poof, all of a sudden there's just anti-Bitcoin riots and anti-president riots. Man, that's pretty shady. So I fixed the title for you guys. Illuminati burned Bitcoin ATM as part of demonstration against El Salvador president by funneling money into protesters. That's probably a bit more accurate, to be fair. Like, that's just a guess of mine, but if I had to guess one way or another, I think I'm more accurate than not on that one. Moving on. So yesterday's news, basically a executive on the OpenSea website, which hosts NFTs and brand new NFTs and things like that, extremely popular, basically the most gas using dApp on the Ethereum blockchain currently, last time I checked anyway. And the executive basically bought NFTs before those NFTs were going to actually be listed on the front page of OpenSea. So the executive knew that these particular NFTs were going to be listed on the front page of OpenSea as an advertisement, or as a product placement, etc. And he bought them first so that when they were listed, they sort of exploded in price, and he profited off of it. So leading NFT marketplace OpenSea has parted ways with Nate Chastain, its former head of product, after the executive was discovered profiting from the trade of NFTs based on insider information. We have a strong obligation to this community to move it forward responsibly and diligently, the company wrote. The behavior of one of our employees violated that obligation, and yesterday we requested and accepted his resignation. Although OpenSea's post did not specifically name Chastain, he has updated his Twitter profile to reflect that he is no longer with the company. And Chastain has yet to comment on the situation either, which I don't blame him for doing that, because he just basically committed a crime. That's insider trading. That's a crime. And I'm not sure why they just let this guy go, because he literally committed a crime. But fair enough, the executive has been let go. Moving on to CoinGecko. Today, a little bit sideways, $47,810 Bitcoin, $3,500 Ethereum, so kind of rising slightly. We can see sort of a crest that's sort of developing on a lot of these currencies that had gone up yesterday, and they're all starting to dip a little bit. Now, it's not with all of them, but for the most part, Dogecoin on its way down, and Shiba is doing fairly well. I think it's up 10 or 20% today. So in the past 24 hours, it's up 28%, excuse me. So that's exploding on the Coinbase listing. I don't know how long that's going to last. But we'll have to see. It's a meme coin. I really don't recommend it. I suppose if you already owned it, and you bought it down here, but most people had purchased it when it was much higher price, and then Vitalik Buterin just diligently, what a nice guy, just donated everybody's Shiba. I mean, I know it wasn't their Shiba, it was in his wallet, but basically by liquidating half of the supply of an entire coin, it's probably going to go down in price, right? It's basically like if Satoshi Nakamoto came out and he was like, hey, I'm going to give this to what's probably a shady Indian charity that's also run by a billionaire. So that charity is run by a billionaire. Shiba was given to this guy from a billionaire to a billionaire. It would be like Satoshi Nakamoto coming out and being like, hey, I'm gonna give out 1 million Bitcoin to this charity, which is going to be immediately liquidated, at least as fast as possible, and it's going to absolutely savage the price of Bitcoin, and people probably wouldn't be particularly happy with Satoshi Nakamoto for that. But since it was a meme coin, it didn't have that much volume in market cap. I think it was like 12 or 13 billion or 14 billion at the time, something like that. It was getting up there, and basically wrecked everybody, but nobody cares because it was a meme coin. But that's all I have for you guys today. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the news, and as usual, I'll see you guys next time.